Good evening. Welcome to Giants Roundup. And, well, at least it wasn't a blowout tonight. That's the good news. But it was a hard luck loss for Derek Holland tonight. The Giants fall 4-2 tonight. And, of course, you can follow Giants Roundup on Twitter and join the Crook and Kite page on Facebook. And also, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. And it was this loss wasn't. This was probably one of Derek Holland's better games, to be honest. And you know, it just he did not get the run support tonight, and Philly got started early again in the second inning with it. No, the Giants actually got the first run of the game with a ground out by Brandon Crawford to score Brandon Belt. That made it 1-0 Giants. And then the bats got going in the second inning as Aaron Alther hits a home run to left to make it 1-1. And then in the third inning, Philadelphia comes in and a home run by Jorge Alfaro makes it 2-1. And then Herrera singles to center to score Hernandez to make it 3-1. And then that was Holland's line tonight. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. So passable. That is actually a very passable line for Holland. ERA's not desirable at 5.66. He strikes out 3, gives up 2 home runs. And then Corey Guerin gives up a home run to Carlos Santana in the 6th inning to make it 4-1. And then Panda with a home run to make it 4-2, and that would be your final score. And Aaron Nola was just dealing tonight for the Phillies. 12 strikeouts, an ERA of 2.05. The kid is real. And Philly actually has some pitching this year. And then Edubray Ramos gives up a home run to Pablo in the 7th inning. And then Hector Neris comes in and records his 7th save of the season. So tomorrow, the Giants definitely need to get the bats up a skosh. I think the good part for tomorrow, it will be they get Nick Pivetta, who's been struggling a bit. So maybe that could jumpstart the Giants' bats tomorrow. Then you have Chris Stratton, who's been good for the Giants thus far, other than the 2 hiccup games. So there's definitely a win there. I think that's a winnable game for the Giants tomorrow. They can now just try for the split in Philadelphia before heading to Pittsburgh. But no, this loss was definitely not on Derek Holland. He just got hung to dry by the bats tonight. The only one who hit was Brandon Belt, 2 for 4. Posey 0 for 4. McCutcheon 1 for 3. Gregor Blanco 1 for 3. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Austin Slater join the Giants in Pittsburgh. So that is a possibility that we see that. And Nola just looks like he's an ace. He's starting to look like the Phillies ace. And you just went through a 2-headed monster with Nola and Eflin, who both are looking like aces for the Phillies. Velazquez and Pavetta aren't exactly great arms, so the Giants should be able to bring up their scoring a skosh the next couple games, that's for sure. But no, Giants fans, But later on tonight, we have a trade to announce. We definitely do have a trade to announce tonight. But Philly just has been getting it with the long ball the last couple games. I think it's 7 home runs, and Stratton's got to keep the ball down as Citizens Bank Ballpark has just been eating up the Giants pitching as in terms of home runs in the series, and that's always been the downside of Philadelphia is the short porches in the outfield. But also, it's time for for somebody like Longoria, Belt, hit some out of the yard, please. You're gonna have to fight firepower with firepower at this point. At 12 strikeouts, that's not good. And then Austin Jackson with an error tonight, that's not good. And Jackson's with a pathetic 224 batting average at this point. But tomorrow, go get a win for Heston, score some runs. Definitely Pavetta is going to help the Giants scoring a skosh tomorrow, so that should help. But just Philadelphia's, yeah, the correct. And also, you know what? Philadelphia is very damn good at home. So this is really not an indictment on the Giants cooling off or anything. But Philly's 13-5 at Citizens Bank Ballpark, and they're proving why. They're 7-10 on the road, so it seems like Philadelphia is just not an easy place to play, and they're proving why with that 13-5 record, that 20-15 record, and they have yet to hit a. I don't think they're going to hit that much of a correction. I think this could be a good worst to first story this year in Philadelphia after what's been almost a lost decade for the Phillies since the days of Cliff Lee, Doc Holliday, Cole Hamels, who's still in baseball, probably one of the last of the big Phillies pitchers that's still in the majors is Cole Hamels. But yeah, we're getting back to those days, and then when Ryan Howard was a force, Chase Utley was a force, and of course Jason Worth. But maybe this is the seeds we're starting to see of a Philly team that is looking to contend this year. And yeah, I think there is going to be some correction, but maybe not much. I certainly think Philadelphia is a much improved team this season. So this is not much on the Giants as it is on how good the Phillies pitching is this year, and on how much improved the Phillies are as a team this year. So I'm gonna hang. There's still 2 games left, but you just have to hang your hats on the process over there in Philly, and happier days are coming in Philadelphia. And they've had some tough years the last few years, going through Charlie Manuel, and then Ryan Sandberg didn't work out, and then last offseason Pete McKinnon was let go. But the Phillies' current manager could be in the running for manager of the year at this point. And Gabe Kapler's actually come into Philadelphia and is actually starting to change the culture in Philadelphia, and we're starting to see it translate into wins. But Kapler has done a great job managing this team. There's still 2 games left. We can still get a split, but I don't think Philly's going to fall off that much. Kapler is actually looking like a good manager, and It's beginning. We're starting to see the seeds of culture change in Philadelphia, and playoffs or not, they're a much improved team from last year. And now the bats are looking a lot better this year than they were last year. Michael Franco is hitting much better this year at 278. And they got Udubel Herrera, 346. Rice Hoskins, 274. The only disappointment has been Carlos Santana at 173. But it could turn around definitely with it being hitter friendly at Citizens Bank Ballpark. And then Arrieta is actually turning out to be a good signing for the Phillies. He's actually done pretty well for Philadelphia. They've got a three-headed monster in that starting rotation. So you just have to hang your hat on the Phillies on how much they've improved this season, and you just can't fault the Giants as much as it's just an improved Phillies team at this point, and a Giants rotation that's hurt. It's how baseball is sometimes. Baseball's a bitch sometimes. That's just how it is. But we'll look forward to tomorrow. We'll do a show tomorrow. Then I won't be doing a show Thursday though, since I'm going to be on the road to Las Vegas. All right, now time for the MLB Roundup for tonight. And the Twins trounced the Cardinals 7-1. Your winning pitcher Jake Odorizzi. Your losing pitcher Carlos Martinez. Eddie Rosario goes 2 for 5. And Martinez gives up 4 runs, 2 earned. And now, believe it or not, yeah, Minnesota's 15-17, but they're now just a half a game back of Cleveland at this point, and that at 15-17, and Cleveland is 17-18. So it's really looking real weak in the AL Central this year. So that's something you don't want to be if your Cleveland is backing into the postseason like that this year, or it could be hot seat for maybe not hot seat yet for. I'm getting brain freeze. I'm sorry. For Terry Francona, it's I don't know how much of a leash Francona is going to have this year in Boston, but in a good rivalry series now, and both teams fighting for first place in the rivalry series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Bombers take Game 1, 3-2. Your winning pitcher David Robertson, your losing pitcher former Giant prospect Heath Hembry. And Giancarlo Stanton actually having a good night, 2 for 3 with 2 bombs, as he takes Drew Pomeranz yard twice. So Pomeranz could be considering hitting Stanton in the ribs next time. And Mookie Betts goes 2 for 4 for the Red Sox with a triple. And now Stanton's average is up to 237, and Giancarlo now has 9 home runs on the season. And ironically, those were the only 2 runs that Pomeranz gave up tonight. And then Hembry gives up an earned run in 1/3 of an inning pitch to cost the Red Sox the game tonight. And the Royals beat the Orioles, the lowly Orioles, 15-7. Sometimes sometimes when it rains, it pours in Baltimore. Danny Duffy gets the win. taking the loss, and he did not even get an out. And this is a new record in MLB history. 7 earned runs without recording an out as a starting pitcher. And they just teed off on Dylan Bundy tonight. Soler with a home run to make it 2-0 with John Jay. Moustakas with a home run to make it 3-0. And they were not done yet after Mike Moustakas hit a home run. Right after that, Salvador Perez comes in. Adios, pelota! Yes, that's a third home run. And then after that, with Lucas Duda and Merrifield on, Alex Gordon goes yard on Dylan Bundy to make it 7-0, and that would be the end of his night. And his ERA balloons to 5.31, does not strike out any batters. And it was all Royals all the time after that, and the route was on. Mike Wright Jr. comes in, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs allowed. Pedro Araujo, 3 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings pitched. And this has just not been a good year for the Orioles. And they're now 5-11 at Camden Yards, which is not that wonderful. John Jay goes 3 for 6. Jorge Soler goes 3 for 4. Mike Moustakas 3 for 6. Alex Gordon is looking a lot better this year for Kansas City. He went 4 for 5 tonight with a home run. Moustakas had 2 bombs. Now he's got 10 on the season. And Gordon now has a batting average of 321. And definitely Alex Gordon's looking a lot better this year than he did last year, and looking like the man Kansas City paid to keep. Looking like that face of the franchise. Whereas if you're Baltimore, Danny Valencia goes 3 for 4 for the Orioles tonight with a home run. And now it's time to start selling if you're Baltimore. It's time to tear it down to the bolts. Start listening to offers on Adam Jones, Manny Machado, Mark Trumbo, Darren O'Day, Brad Brock, and Zach Britton. Time to tear it down to the bolts. And the other question mark with the Orioles at this point, how much longer can Dan Duquette survive before he's fired? I would not be surprised if by the end of May that Dan Duquette is gone out of Baltimore. Baltimore's a mess. It's a tire fire right now. I think now they have the worst record in the majors. I just think it's time to go ahead and start rolling heads, start firing people if you're. And then in Seattle, James Paxton pitches his best game of the season as he pitches a no-no. Yeah, that's right, a no-hitter. Our first no-no of the year goes to second no-no of the year goes to James Paxton. 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. Marcus Stroman takes the loss, 5 earned runs and 5 innings pitched. And on top of that, Toronto is in a lot of trouble as their closer Roberto Osuna is now on administrative leave. He was arrested for domestic violence in Toronto, so he will be on administrative leave for 7 days, and then we'll find out what and the league what Manfred does with Osuna after that. Could be an indefinite suspension coming up. But this gets interesting as MLB will investigate this, and it could be closer by committee for a while in Toronto. Also, D. Gordon goes 3 for 5 for the Mariners tonight. And the Braves beat the Rays 1-0. Your winning pitcher, Sean Newcomb, your losing pitcher, Blake Snell. Tough loss for him as he just did not get any run support tonight. And the Reds beat the Mets 7-2. Your winning pitcher, Luis Castillo. Your losing pitcher, Jason Vargas. And we have a trade to announce. Yes. Matt Harvey has been traded to the Reds locker room. So Harvey gets to start on one of the worst teams in baseball. And Devin Meseraco and Cash goes to New York. And we'll see how much of a punching bag Matt Harvey will be for the Reds, which is essentially like a trade where Peter Griffin going to the London Silly Nannies. So Harvey's now on one of the worst teams in baseball, and he can act like an ass, and pitch as bad as he wants, and he is in no danger of being demoted. That's just how things are in Cincinnati. It's just that bad right now. As he goes to a 9-27 team. Eugenio Suarez goes 3 for 4 for the Reds. Tucker Barnhart goes 3 for 4 for Cincinnati. And Vargas gives up 4 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. And the pitching's just unraveling at this point. Hansel Robles, 2 earned runs in 1/3 of an inning pitched. So the Mets, I think, are in some trouble with DeGrom hurt. And now rebuild is starting to become an option for the Mets at this point. And the Brewers beat the Indians 3-2. Your winning pitcher, Brett Suter. Your losing pitcher, Corey Kluber. Christian Yelich goes 3 for 4 for the Brewers tonight. And Jose Ramirez hits his 10th home run of the season for the Tribe. Travis Shaw hits his 7th home run for the Brewers tonight. And Suter actually hit a home run in this game, too. So that's kind of special when the opposing pitcher hits a home run. Wade Miley, I think, got hurt in this game. Yeah, Wade Miley leaves with an oblique strain after just getting one batter out. Suter comes in, was really good. Really good for coming out cold, 2 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings pitched. That's all you can ask for when you're coming out of the pen cold. All of a sudden you're thrown in there because of a pitching injury. That's just well done by Suter to come in relief appearance, which it was essentially a spot start. So not an easy situation, but Suter did it and gets a much earned W. And the Cubs beat the Marlins 4-3. Your winning pitcher Carl Edwards Jr. Your losing pitcher Kyle Barraclough. Anthony Rizzo goes 2-for-4. Justin Bour 1-for-2 with a home run. And Jinho Singh only goes 2 innings in a spot start, 3 earned runs. As it was essentially a bullpen game for the Cubbies tonight. The Tigers beat the Rangers 7-4. Your winning pitcher Mike Fiers, your losing pitcher Mike Minor. Adrian Beltre goes 3-for-4 for the Rangers. Candelario, Martinez, and Iglesias hits bombs for the Tigers tonight. And Joe Jimenez, 2 earned runs and 1/3 of an inning pitched for the Tigers. Teaser runs, though. The Rockies beat the Angels 4-2. Your winning pitcher, John Gray, 7 scoreless innings out of Gray tonight. Taking the loss is Andrew Heaney. Trevor Story goes 2-for-3 for the Rockies tonight with a double and a triple. And Justin Upton girl. It's a home run for the Angels tonight. Adam Ottavino, an earned run and 2 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. No Ramirez, 2 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. Colorado now 21-15, starting to push Arizona a skosh. And another game that just went final, the Pirates beat the White Sox 10-6. Your winning pitcher Tyler Glasnow, your losing pitcher Chris Volstead. Volstead gives up 3 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. Lucas Giolito ineffective, 4 earned runs and 4 innings pitched. Ivan Nova not ineffective either starting tonight, 5 earned runs in 2 innings pitched. And his ERA swells to 4.84. Starling Marte goes 3-for-5 for the Pirates tonight. Corey Dickerson, the gift that keeps on giving for the Pirates, 4-for-5 tonight with a double. And Yolmer Sanchez 3-for-5 for the White Sox with a triple. Wellington Castillo with 2 home runs tonight, one off of former Giant George Contos, who's fallen on hard times in Pittsburgh right now. Luis Avilan, 2 earned runs and 1/3 of an inning pitched. As now the Pirates are 20-16 on this young season. And games currently in progress. The Astros currently lead the A's 4-2 on the other side of the bay at the Oakland Coliseum tonight. Marcus Semien 2-for-2 for the A's tonight. George Springer 2-for-4. Alex Bregman has had his 3rd home run of the season. And probably one of the worst outings out of Sean Manaea this season, 4 earned runs and 5 2/3 innings pitched. And his ERA now swells to 2.11. Lance McCullers Jr., wildly effective tonight, 2 earned runs and 5 innings pitched, 4 walks, which is not great. And currently down in LA at the Dodger Stadium, currently the Diamondbacks currently lead the LA Dodgers 5-4. Currently at bat is Chase Utley for the Dodgers. Yasmani Grindal is 2-for-3 tonight. Matt Kemp 2-for-3. AJ Pollock hits his 11th home run of the season. Chris Owings with his 2nd home run of the season. And John Ryan Murphy with a home run for the Diamondbacks. Yasmani Grindal with his 5th home run of the season for the Dodgers. Rich Hill, 5 earned runs in 4 innings pitched in his return from the disabled list for the Dodgers. And the other game currently in progress, it down at Petco Park in San Diego. The Nationals currently lead the Padres 3-0. Clayton Richard, not too bad, 8 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Jeremy Hellickson, 6 2/3 scoreless innings with 8 strikeouts. So really good outing out of Hellickson tonight. Pedro Severino, 2 for 3 for the Nats tonight. So a really good show out of that. And then tonight in Triple A, the PCL Roundup. The Grizzlies currently lead the 51s 9-6. And the River Cats currently lead the Bees 7-1. Chris Shaw going 2 for 4 for the River Cats tonight. Ryder Jones 2 for 3. And I would not be surprised if Austin Slater is on his way to Pittsburgh after tomorrow or Thursday. I think we're going to see Slater hit with Williamson on the 10-day DL now. At some point, you're going to see Slater fly to Pittsburgh to join the Giants. And Bryce Snelton gets sent back to Sacramento. And Casey Kelly, really good outing out of him tonight. 7 2/3 innings, 1 earned run. And crazy enough for the River Cats, injuries have been mounting for them too. They're without Tyler Herb, who's hurt, and I think another starter's hurt for the River Cats, and I think Chris Heston's hurt. You look at the River Cats DL, but I know Tyler Herb was hurt. Okay, here we are with the DL transactions. Maybe it's on the here. Oh, crazy enough, Derek Law is recalled for the Giants after, and DJ Snelton was optioned. So the Giants' favorite gas cans back up for maybe a few days. But I think maybe it's for a couple days and then we see. So I wouldn't totally be surprised if we see Austin Slater back up with the Giants this weekend. Take a look at the roster. Here we go. Roberto Gomez is on the DL. Yohan Gregorio. Yes, Tyler Herb's on the 7-day DL. Stephen Okert on the 7-day DL. Chris Heston on the 7-day DL. Sam Wolf on the 7-day DL. And even the catchers are on the DL. Both Hector Sanchez and Trevor Brown are each on the 7-day disabled list. They've had to sign Ryan Hannigan to shore up the outfield. So yeah, the River Cats are battling injuries. along with, so there's that really hurts them as in terms of call ups. So now with Harvey on his way to Cincinnati, if anything happens, it's Beatty or bust at this point. Yeah, I don't think that we'll see. Hopefully, we won't have to see Derek Law pitch. Hopefully, he's just up for a couple days, and then we see Austin Slater join the team in Pittsburgh at some point. And currently in the NBA, and the Warriors currently are clobbering the Pelicans 92-73 as they look to eliminate the New Orleans Pelicans tonight and force a big showdown with the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference Finals. Kevin Durant, 24 points. Steph Curry, 26 points. Klay Thompson, 23 points. Draymond, 8 points, but 13 rebounds. And I think the Warriors are about ready to bounce the Pelicans out of the playoffs, and we are going to see the big showdown between the Rockets and the Warriors. So Bay Area, get tuned. Stay tuned for that. Well, I'm going to call it a night. Everybody have a good night. Be back on tomorrow. Time to wax on, wax off. Good night.